In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
All right, I'll call 2018-204, State of Arkansas versus Donald Alexander.
He's made application to the Public Defender's Office. I can approach, Your Honor.
You may.
Yes, sir.
All right. Court is appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Alexander.
Judge, I believe Mr. Alexander is here for the purpose of arraignment. We would waive a formal reading the information or a plea of not guilty.
Court duly notes the charges of financial identity fraud and a plea of appointing the Public Defender's Office, a plea of not guilty. This matter will be set on this court's docket on a trial schedule that will have order Mr. Alexander to reappear on September 28th. Pre-trial will be set in his case for November 16th. The plea deadline will be January 25th, and the trial will be scheduled during the week of February 4th. Those will be the dates on the sequence. So, all right. Any other matters to come before the court?
Not this time, Your Honor.
All right. You may be excused, sir.
Thank you.
2018-185, State of Arkansas versus Reuben Bowles. Okay, there's a waiver here.
Judge, Mr. Bowles is represented by one of the Jeans in Fort Smith, Jean, and Jean. And they've had discussions with both me and Mr. Bradford. If the court sets Mr. Bowles to reappear in front of Judge Pupman next Friday, I think that case will resolve itself.
I don't see that there's been a waiver of arraignment entered. Or here it is, here it is. Matter is set on Judge Putman's docket. We'll put it down for reappearance in front of Judge Putman on June 29th, next Friday. Mr. Bowles, you may be excused. Your next appearance is June 29th in front of Judge Putman.
All right, thank you.
2018-194, State of Arkansas versus Michael Colton.
He's made application, Your Honor, if I can approach.
You may. Of course, making the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Colton. This matter is for arraignment on a charge of rape, a Class Y felony. On those charges, how does the defendant now plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Plea of not guilty is noted. This case will be set down by scheduling order for jury trial scheduled the week of February 4th. Final hearing or plea deadline will be January 25th, 2000. Both of those dates are in 2019. And then the pretrial will be scheduled for November 16th, and review hearing will occur on September 28th to determine the status of the case at that point. All right. Any other issues to be brought up at this point?
Not by the defense, Your
Your
Honor.
Honor, I was gonna ask if there's any way that I could get a bond reduction.
All right.
Judge, this is a charge that carries a potential life sentence. If the court notices, the information in this case was actually signed by my boss, our elected prosecutor, and a bond of $25,000 based upon these charges is a pretty reasonable bond. Although I'll concede that the defendant is only 18 years old.
Such a teenage kids. It's like wine, yeah. It's like a bottle of wine, essentially. I'm not a wino, though, so.
Well, I don't have any information about where the defendant lives or any of that information at this point. And this is a long affidavit.
And Judge, I agree with the state, just without knowing, recently, been appointed today on a Class Y felony, 25,000 isn't extremely high. I think the best course would be for us to visit with Mr. Colton, present some facts potentially to the court at that time, and the state that if there are factors that the court should consider, because this time, being appointed within the last 5 minutes, we're not aware of.
Okay.
And I won't say that a 25.
Court, at this time, the court will reconsider on bond at a later time. At this point, the court's going to find that a $25,000 bond is reasonable. There's indications on the charging document that amount was actually a reduction from an earlier proposed bond. So I think that on that basis, the court's going to find that this $25,000 bond is reasonable. Court would be willing to conduct a bond hearing and consider a further reduction at a later time. That will be the order of the court. The defendant is next to appear in court for September 28th. Mr. Colton, if you were to bond out on the bond that exists, you need to be aware that it is your responsibility to get in touch and stay in touch with your court-appointed attorney. The attorney shouldn't have to come looking for you. So the court is ordering you, if you bond out, to contact the Public Defender's Office, make an appointment to get in to see Mr. Gibson, and we'll take that up at a later time. All right. You may be excused.
Thank you.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138. Inland Waste Solutions works diligently to be good stewards of the environment. Reducing waste via curbside recycling services, Inland Waste Solutions takes this mission seriously, but they need your help. When putting your waste and recyclables in their respective curbside containers, be sure that cross-contamination doesn't occur. Please only place recyclable materials in the yellow top bins. Check your recycling do's and don'ts list before you throw any item into the yellow top recycle bin. Together we can make a difference. Inland Waste Solutions, local people serving local people in Harrison.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camp's Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camp's Plants in business for over 33 years in Harrison.
2018-187, State of Arkansas versus Dale Steves.
He's made an application if I can approach.
Court's making the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Steves.
Judge, I'm going to give Mr. Gibson 3 discs and 43 pages of discovery.
Just a second. This is for arraignment on charges of possession of controlled substance, Schedule 1 or 2, Class D felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class D felony, simultaneous possession of drugs and firearm, a Class Y felony, and tampering with physical evidence, a Class D felony, possession of instrument of a crime, Class A misdemeanor, fictitious tags, driving on a suspended license, no liability insurance, owner failure to register vehicle, there's expired tags. All of those charges, how does the defendant now plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
This matter is on the Division III docket of Judge Putman. Court will set it down for reappearance on June 29th in front of Judge Putman. You may be excused, sir. 2018-188, State of Arkansas versus Sarah Beth Worley.
She's made application, Your Honor.
Very good.
She in jail? Where'd she bond out?
She booked a bond last night.
Okay, so she bonded out. Is Sarah Beth Worley present? All right, come forward. Got the case up, might as well do it. Court is making the appointment of the Public Defender's Office. This is for arraignment on charges of escape in the third degree, possession of drug paraphernalia. The former is a Class D felony and the latter is a Class A misdemeanor. On those charges, how does the defendant now plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Not guilty plea is noted on the record. The court is entering a scheduling order setting this matter for a review hearing on September 28th, pretrial on November 16th, plea deadline hearing on January 25th, 2019, and the jury trial will be scheduled during the week of February 4th of 2019. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All those it's by that scheduling order, you are actually ordered, part of that scheduling order orders you to keep in touch with your attorney. And what that means is it's your obligation to get in touch with him, not his to track you down. You should call the Public Defender's Office, schedule an appointment, and get in to see him just as soon as possible, and then schedule future appearances with him to stay in touch, all right? All right? You may be excused.
Derek will have a note for you with all the information.
I have case 2018-24, State of Arkansas versus River Orion Church. I understand that the arrangements have already been made for him to be transported over. Is that correct?
It's my understanding, Your Honor, there's there's about 5 or 6 that we've already requested to be transported.
I have that list here, and I just was wanting to make, I don't know, Mr. Church, you're going to be brought over for the afternoon session of this court. You may be excused for now.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965.
Whether you ride mud, rocks, dunes, or trails, Polaris has a razor to match your passion. Unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, unmatched agility, and unbeatable comfort. Everything you need to chase memories and catch them. Find your razor at Polaris.com.
On any given day here at Main Street Service Center, we might be working on a Ford like on the 4-post lift over my shoulder, or an Infiniti that's back on the back bay, or a Toyota, or a BMW, or right here a Hyundai. You just never know what's going to come into the shop and what their needs might be, but you can rest assured that at Main Street Service Center, whatever you're driving, we can take care of it for you, whether it's oil and filter changes all the way up to engine and transmission replacements. And get this, we've been in business for 29 years and there's still things that we can't do, and we're not too proud to say it. So if you bring us something and it's over our head or out of our capabilities of expertise or tools, we're not too proud to say it, because we want your vehicle fixed correctly, right, and the first time.
2018-14, State of Arkansas versus Tiffany Blair.
Judge, it looks like Mrs. Blair was picked up on an alias out of this court, and looks like she was scheduled for jury trial on June 1st, or she's June the 4th. So if we could get her a new scheduling order.
I see. Well, what it appears is that Miss Blair failed to appear back in March, and that's when the alias warrant was issued.
That's my understanding, Your Honor, and all the subsequent notes in here for her subsequent court dates were no-shows as well.
The docket reflects she was served with the warrant on June 22nd. No, that's the court. Excuse me, on June 14th. Right. All right. She's down for, let's see, no, we don't have a, when is our Boone County trial schedule in either August or September?
First week of August, which is August 6th, Boone County. September.
10th, Your Honor, is the term in September.
First week of September, starting September 4th.
I'm going to put her down for trial of any pretrial issues in July 13th. She'll have a pre-deadline by August 3rd, and she'll be set on the trial schedule for August 6th, the week of August 6th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor.
You may be excused.
Can I ask a question, please?
Judge, I'll cut it short. This is the fourth time this 28-year-old has been charged with failure to appear. Almost every charge she has ever had, she has failed to appear on. I prefer she be held no bond.
This is my first time, I believe, of ever being in felony court.
Well, here's the situation. Because of your failure to appear back in March, we had you scheduled for trial, and that trial date was lost. I'm scheduling you as promptly as I think is reasonable in this situation, and I'm not going to set a bond. We're just going to go to trial at this point. You can deal with that. All right? So you're down for trial the week of August 6th. You may be excused. 2018-85, State of Arkansas versus Gregory Dees.
Judge, Mr. Dees is a Division III case, and he was picked up on a failure to appear warrant issued in May. He is already scheduled out for a reappearance and plea deadlines in front of Division III for August and jury trial in September. So if the court would like, we could set him next week.
Is this one we transferred to this court?
No, Judge, I believe it drew it's an 85 case. It just drew Division III.
My question, there's some reason it was on the Division IV docket at one point. Isn't my September 10th my trial date?
That's Judge Putman. You're September 4th, I believe.
Oh.
Or 3rd, however it works out.
The third Tuesday after
Labor Day.
He may have been arraigned in front of you just of how it fell and then reset for Putman.
I was just trying to figure out why.
He does have other cases, Judge. I think he's got a new case now that may have drawn Division IV.
Okay. But the scheduling order, you're right, the scheduling order is set by Judge Putman, so, all right.
And Judge, we'll just leave Mr. Dees as scheduled, and like I said, he's out for trial in September. I'll get down there and visit with him.
Okay. I'm going to put him on for reappearance on the 29th. Does he need to be?
Judge, I don't know that he needs that 29th date, because he's already scheduled out for a couple more appearances in front of Judge Putman before that September date. But
All right. Well, then this shows August 10th is the next day he's supposed to be in court on the court connect.
And I'll get down to jail and visit with Mr. Dees.
All right. You may be excused, sir.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camp's Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camps Plants and Business for over 33 years in Harrison.
Inland Waste Solutions works diligently to be good stewards of the environment. Reducing waste via curbside recycling services, Inland Waste Solutions takes this mission seriously, but they need your help. When putting your waste and recyclables in their respective curbside containers, be sure that cross-contamination doesn't occur. Please only place recyclable materials in the yellow top bins. Check your recycling do's and don'ts list before you throw any item into the yellow top recycle bin. Together we can make a difference. Inland Waste Solutions, local people serving local people in Harrison.
From the makers of the best-selling Yamaha Grizzly and Kodiak 700 comes the all-new Kodiak 450, the world's only midsize ATV with Yamaha-proven off-road capability, all-day comfort, and confidence-inspired performance. The all-new Kodiak 450, starting at just $59.99.
2015-211, 2016-77, State of Arkansas versus Aaron Anderson. Good morning. Mr. Anderson, you're for a first appearance before this court for a petition to revoke. This petition to revoke was filed, revoke your probation was filed May 2nd of 2018. It alleges that you had failed to report to your probation officer as directed. You had in March, in April, that during a home visit it was discovered you were no longer living at the residence that you had registered with the probation office, and also in April that you failed to report as instructed, had changed your residence without notifying your officer, and your current whereabouts were unknown, and you were considered evading supervision. Those are the allegations contained in the petition to revoke filed in this matter. Let me go to the other case.
Judge, the allegations in the other one are exactly the same.
I would assume so. But, on those allegations contained in the petitions in these two cases, 2015-211, 2016-77, how does the defendant now plead? How do you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor. I was currently working on the residence, which my probation officer knew about.
Well, apparently you hadn't communicated effectively with him, because it's through your probation officer that this petition to revoke was filed. So you've got some repair work to do in that connection. This case is on Division III docket. I'm setting you for reappearance in front of Judge Putman in 1 week. On June 29th, you need to be in front of Judge Putman on these matters. At this time, there's no bond set. You'll need to take that up with Judge Putman.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused. 2016-80, State of Arkansas versus Adam Ballard.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Once again, this is a first appearance on a probation.
He's made application. Sorry, Your Honor.
Go ahead. Very good. Court's making the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Ballard. Let me see where we are on it. Apparently, in March 29th of 2017, a petition to revoke Mr. Ballard's bond was filed. Fortunately, the actual petition doesn't seem to be scanned in here. We need to check on that, Judy. Let's see, find out what happened to it.
Did he find the PDF? Judge, when you're done reading that, if you could give that to Mr. Gibson.
This doesn't have the... Okay, the allegations contained in the petition apparently are that the defendant in December of 2017 was a no-show He violated Condition 6 of his terms of probation by moving out of the residence that he had listed. His supervision pays went unpaid. He failed to report to his supervising officer and has not made current payments on his fines and other expenses. All of those, once again, we'll have to get the actual petition that was filed and bring it up to date. But on those allegations, how does the defendant now plead?
Not true, Your Honor.
I'm going to set this down for I'll set it down for hearing July 13th. That'll be the order of the court. You may be excused, sir.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
is there any way that I've got a job opportunity, if there's any way that I can make a bond at all?
Judge, he also has a probation violation out of district court where they set his bond at $3,400 cash only.
I got that taken care of yesterday, or Wednesday. The 26th is when I'm supposed to, is when I was supposed to start the job.
Next Tuesday, huh?
Judge, the petition, and I thought it did because it's filed and then talks about dates after it was filed, where it talks about December 17th, that's actually December 16th. He has not been seen by a probation officer since December of 2016, a year and a half ago, so the state's opposed to any bond.
All right, well, I'm going to leave the matter on for trial July 13th for hearing on the petition to revoke, and that's a long time. The requirements of probation aren't that onerous to just stay in touch with your probation officer, and the court really doesn't understand why that was difficult for you. Court's feeling at this point is let's address this issue, and then you can figure out what you're going to do for a job after that. That's going to be the order of the court. It's a no bond hold until the hearing is concluded.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Summer is here, and Harness Boots and Shoes has some of the hottest brands and styles available at great prices. You'll find a huge selection of sandals by Chaco for men, women, and children in various styles and colors. Birkenstock footwear sets the standard for comfort, quality, and functionality and continues to be one of their most popular brands. New for the season is their Tony Lama casual shoes for men and boys and the all-new Ariat Cruiser Classic Slip-On for women. Their selection of Twisted X continues to grow with the latest and new styles. Get in the swing of summer at Harness Boots and Shoes on the Square in Harrison.
Hello, this is Michelle from Nature's Wonders. It's heating up earlier than usual this year, and I want to remind you to stay hydrated. Of course, drinking water is super important for hydration, but we also stock coconut water, electrolyte drink mixes, and even some supplements that may help. At Nature's Wonders, we understand that busy, active lifestyles demand quality products that are quick and convenient to help us feel our best. Come see us for your active lifestyle needs and find out how affordable healthy living can be. Nature's Wonders, next to Thompson's Ace Hardware in Harrison.
Inland Waste Solutions works diligently to be good stewards of the environment. Reducing waste via curbside recycling services, Inland Waste Solutions takes this mission seriously, but they need your help. When putting your waste and recyclables in their respective curbside containers, be sure that cross-contamination doesn't occur. Please only place recyclable materials in the yellow top bins. Check your recycling do's and don'ts list before you throw any item into the yellow top recycle bin. Together we can make a difference. Inland Waste Solutions, local people serving local people in Harrison.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Take it to the next level with Polaris. Whether you're chasing unforgettable memories, manhandling a mountain of work, or pushing the limits of work and play, we've got the perfect machine built just for you. Now's the time to get rebates up to $2,000 during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
Come see us at 824 North Main in Harrison. (2016-204) State of Arkansas versus Tara Sayers.
She's made application, Your Honor.
Court is making the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Ms. Sayers. All right. This is the first appearance on this petition. The petition, which was filed June 7th of 2018, alleges the defendant violated the terms and conditions of her probation by violating the law. In May of 2018, charged with offenses of breaking or entering and theft of property, for violating their terms and conditions for association when she was in association with two individuals with felony convictions and on probation, for failure to report in March of 2018, failing to report in April of 2018, and a second time in April of 2018 that she failed to maintain her residence without notifying and moved without notifying her officer of the change of address. Also that she had failed to keep her supervision fees current. Was in arrears by over $385 at the time of the filing of this petition in this case. On those allegations, how does she now plead?
Not true, Your Honor.
All right. Court's going to set this matter down for hearing on July 13th. That'll be the order of the court. Ms. Sayers, you may be excused. Court's calling case 2016-326, State of Arkansas versus Evan Lee Williams.
He's made application, Your Honor, if I may approach.
You may. I'd like to. The court's making the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Williams. You can get to the
Is this 326 case?
He's here before the court on an amended petition. This was filed May 24th. It alleges he violated terms and conditions of probation, first of all, by committing the offense of possession of controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. That's a violation of the law. He committed other offenses. He had in his possession certain controlled substances, which again, the first violation was January 12, 2018. On February 16, 2018, he had other substances in his possession. May 10th, he had was alleged to have made a criminal attempt to possess controlled substance with the purpose to deliver, and criminal attempt to possess heroin. Also violation is his positive, based on his positive test for both amphetamine and THC on 2 different occasions in July and June of 2017. He failed to report to his officer in September of 2017 and failed to report again in October, and after that there was no further contact. That he had left the home he had listed as his official residence in October of 2017. All of those matters are in the petition to revoke that's been filed in this matter. On those allegations, how is the defendant now plead?
Not true, Your Honor.
Well, once again, I'm going to set it down for hearing on July 13th.
And Judge, in one of his other cases, he set bail on July 13th, that's right.
All right, very well.
Is there any way I could get a bond, or?
Judge, he has 2 pending felony cases together with a revocation. He has 2018-97-4, 2018-132-4, and revocation in 2016-326-4.
Mr. Williams, at this point, the court's not disposed to set a bond for you on this revocation matter. I'd like it resolved on you available, and have it resolved on July 13th. This way you'll be available when your attorney can come see you and get you ready for this revocation hearing scheduled on July 13th. That's going to be the order of the court. That's what, 3 weeks away, so we'll take it up then. You may be excused.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company.